Hello,
Hi guys.
everyone. Welcome to our 13th community call. We're doing the last call this year, year 2021. We are very excited about that. And today we'll be summarizing everything that we have been accomplishing throughout the year on terms of our roadmap, specifically on the product side of things. Also from the perspective of business development, we have some updates on our Crowdloan campaign. And maybe what's most important, we wanted to share with you the exact information about our Boost lottery, which we're currently conducting for our Crowdloan on Polkadot. And we currently are moving quite fast, and in terms of collection of lots for the Crowdloan campaign. And so we have very good chances to get the slots in this batch of auctions. It's a matter of time to figure out which exact slots we will get. So by addition, I just introduce myself, then let my colleague Peter introduce himself. So I'm the CEO and founder with the Equilibrium team. I'm responsible for the whole campaign strategy and for product development. And without further ado, let me give it over to my colleague.
Yes, thank you, Alex. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you here. My name is Peter, and I'm responsible for tech team management and operations within Equilibrium.
Amazing. As usual, we have prepared slides for you let's walk you through our presentation. So let me share my screen. Just hold on a sec. Just a quick overview of our today's agenda. So I wanted to put things this way. So first of all, I wanted to remind you exactly where we're building at Equilibrium. Well, then we'll make a transition to our Crowdloan campaign on Polkadot and highlights specifically bonuses in Crowdloan campaign. And we actually will also be covering the Boost lottery, which we're currently conducting for all participants. And you guys have very good chances to get your prizes before New Year, because the lottery will be active until December 31st. We will touch that in more detail during the presentation. Then Peter will cover some updates on the GR side. Also, he'll be covering the development updates. And then we'll do the full lowdown of the most impactful events that happened in 2021. We actually will be covering our product development roadmap, what we have achieved so far. We will be touching on our ecosystem development. We will highlight some partnerships, the most important ones, and give you some understanding of what happens in terms of fundraising in 2021. And maybe the most awaited things is the announcement of first winners in our Boost lottery. So everything will be covered in this presentation. Without further ado, let me go off with a short overview of exactly where we're bidding at Equilibrium. For those who are not following us that closely, let me remind you that Equilibrium is supposed to be the super app for DeFi. You may think of it in this way, and actually it's embracing the whole sustained DeFi use case in a single interface. Specifically, the platform is comprised of a full-fledged money markets. It's actually combined very closely, by the way, with the spot markets with market trading functionality. On top of that, expecting to build the perpetuals market as well, which will have quite a lot of different synthetic assets available for trading. So in a nutshell, the formula of Equilibrium for us is trading plus lending plus synthetic times UX. We think that this is a very sustainable model, which very much simplifies user experience for all, right? Because you can access like almost every imaginable instruments in a single interface in a convenient way from the user perspective. So far, we have already released quite a bunch of functionality. We're covering that in our overview of our achievements in terms of our roadmap this year. So here on this slide, you can see the highlights of core functionality. I already mentioned markets, whatsoever. But on top of that, we have some synthetic assets like XDOT, which is very helpful to keep liquidity of your dots in the Crowdloan campaigns on Polkadot. We also have the native QD stablecoin, which is backed to dollar and backed by the baskets of crypto collateral. So compared, for example, to MakerDAO, it's a very unique approach in terms of code solution, first of all, because in most of DeFi platforms, they used to be working with single collateral walls. In our case, we're working with portfolio of assets, and portfolio management is one of the core core advanced features for our platform by far, and see really used not only lending but also trading. If you're holding the leveraged position on the spot market, you will also enjoy the functionality of portfolio margining, which significantly improves your risk profile, and you actually can affect the risk profile of your positions through combining different assets in your portfolio. We also have the stable swap functionality, which is based on our developments done close collaboration with the Curve team. So yeah, this is kind of overview of functions that we have in our system. So here, breakdown of exactly makes Equilibrium that unique. So first of all, we are delivering the true chain functionality, obviously thanks to that Equilibrium is based on the Polkadot platform. So you can see here like what we had before Equilibrium, what we have with Equilibrium, and what we can expect. So in terms of like cross-chain, we have a bunch of DeFi applications running standalone chains on homogeneous chains like Ethereum. With Equilibrium, everything becomes cross-chain, and you actually expect more liquidity to that because this particular feature solves the problem of liquidity fragmentation, right? Before Equilibrium, we've seen a bunch of niche protocols specifically focused on very tiny functionality, like within it, like for example, lending or decentralized stablecoin or something like we have on the table. For example, MakerDAO, which is solely focused on stablecoins. We have Compound, which is designed to provide the pooling functionality. But in order to use different products, you need to access different protocols, which is not convenient from the user perspective. Equilibrium actually represents the all-in-one platform, which combines all this functionality. So the functionality of all DeFi primitives that you can even imagine, and you can expect a really better user experience with Equilibrium. So before Equilibrium, we had collateral walls. I already mentioned that, so just single collateral walls, like it's implemented in MakerDAO, and it can be not that safe set up because you actually back your loan with this single collateral, and its volatility might significantly impact the risk profile of your position. While with Equilibrium, you can use the portfolio of assets. You can combine different assets in your portfolio, for example, volatility risks, and through that significantly reduce the risk of your loan portfolio overall. Also, before Equilibrium, we had utilization approach for pricing. It means that, for example, your loan taken on, I don't know, like AI or Compound, the cost of this borrowing actually depends solely on the utilization of assets in the pool where you have taken the loan from, right? So the more assets borrowed from there, the more expensive your loan becomes, and you cannot expect that yourself that much, right? In our case, we have implemented the risk-based pricing approach when you basically can the price of the cost of your loan is basically highly depending on the overall system solvency and specifically on the risk profile of your position, and actually can either provide more collateral, getting a higher collateralization ratio, or you can basically provide collateral in stablecoins, for example, which are not volatile, and through that reduce the cost of your loan. So basically, you can expect more fair costs of funds that you're taking for equilibrium, and that makes, from our perspective, way more sense. Because in addition to user convenience, it adds more stability to the system. Also, before equilibrium, we've seen auctioning liquidations, right? And that was a disaster in case of market turmoil. Small has experienced a lot of problems with that during the Black Thursday back in the days. And at equilibrium, we are taking very different approach, because all the loans are actually secured by our liquidity providers, and there are no forced actions required if you are basically getting liquidated in a platform. The platform doesn't take the risk from borrowers if they're defaulting. So you can expect more sustainability from this perspective by far. And maybe the last thing I want to mention here is that usually lots are locked for purchase slots and Crowdloans, and they're still locked. You cannot do anything with that. With Equilibrium, we're introducing the good XDOT, and it adds XDOT liquidity on the markets, and basically provides you with more flexibility. So while we're staking your dots for Crowdloan gains, you can get XDOTs and use it on our platform. We introduce quite wide spectrum of use cases. You can use XDOT as collateral, take out bonds. You can use XDOT stake liquidity and earn yield. You can put it into market maker, which will be very soon for XDOTs, and basically earn market making for it. So without further ado, let me make a transition to the Crowdloan campaign of Equilibrium on Polkadot. We're currently competing for the lot there. We think that we definitely, with all this bunch of functionality, bring a lot of value to Polkadot ecosystem, because the project is really unique. We're taking very unique approach from different aspects. I already mentioned some features of Equilibrium at the last slide. And I think that definitely the more professional instruments in Polkadot DeFi will bring more liquidity and make more sense to the community overall. So let me give you some overview of the current progress on the Crowdloan campaign. We actually have seen quite a lot of interest from the community. First of all, we have over 2,500 participants in the Crowdloan campaign, with over 400,000 collected. So we're currently holding the 5th place out of the list of the project. They're currently being in the second batch. So the overall allocation of the key tokens that we are expecting to distribute during this round of Crowdloan campaign is 2 billion Q tokens, which comes to 20% of the whole supply if we talk about the overall allocation of the Q tokens we have on the table. So for now, you still can expect very decent balls in our Crowdloan campaign. So if you guys not yet participate, please do it right away, because the window is closing on December 25th, and currently we have still the early bird bonus of 3%, and there are 2 more days to go. So basically, on December 25th, we will stop applying bonus on your contributions. So you have 2 more to make your decision and to support Equilibrium with the highest possible bonus for retail participants. So on top of that, as I said, we're introducing the XDOT functionality, and we think that XDOT will definitely help our potential contributors into our Crowdloan campaign to make the right decision and join our Crowdloan campaign, because XDOT keeps your DOT liquid. So if you're contributing to Equilibrium through the XDOT platform, you can find it on our website. Please go there, equilibrium.io. You'll find the XDOT platform there, and you can contribute that for our Crowdloan campaign. So in exchange, when we get the slots, you get in exchange of each dot you log for our Crowdloan, you get XDOT, and you basically use XDOT, our platform, again, as collateral, as liquidity, as a market maker liquidity, earn yield or borrow some assets of your choice. So basically, you have a bunch of things to do with XDOT, and if you contribute through XDOT, you definitely will add more liquidity to your portfolio. It's actually maybe the last but not least is worth mentioning, basically, that we are introducing one of the biggest rewards in the current batch. I mean, even maybe the biggest, because the token allocation, the share of that of the overall supply of Q token is the biggest one across all the projects that are currently competing for this slot. So we have allocated again 20% of our overall supply for our contributors to reward them for their kind support. And again, if you're still considering supporting us, do that as fast as possible, because right now we will have a bonus of 30% active. So that's it with the Crowdloan campaign. And here I wanted to introduce a very special thing for you guys. So before New Year's, and actually instead of the coming holidays, we are introducing Boost Lottery. So during this lottery, we'll be distributing extra tokens to randomly selected lucky winners. So the first is the following. So the lottery is active till December the 31st, and from the top 100 stakers by size of their contributions, we'll randomly pick 10 winners and distribute 50,000 Q tokens to each of them. As a just release in this lottery. From all others participants in the Crowdloan campaign, we'll pick 10 other winners and give them out 5,000 Q tokens per each winner in the lottery. So basically, there will be 2 draws. So one of them literally today, and we will announce the first 2 winners of the lottery, respectively for in the category of top stakers, and 4 from the rest of the participants. And on December 31st, there will be selected 12 other winners, 6 of each category, and they will get their prizes just before New Year's. So welcome to join before December 31st, our Crowdloan campaign. You have a chance to get more prizes during the Boost Lottery in our Crowdloan campaign. So without further ado, let me give it over to Peter, who will cover some updates on the Jinchiro side.
Thank you very much, Alex. Yes, exciting news about XDOTs and bonuses, and I'll be talking about that shortly as well. So XDOT, yes, we have a great announcement. We basically distributed the first batch of XDOTs for the projects who won slots 1 through 5. And we've been talking about that on our previous call. And currently we're setting a price to be 0.3 dots. And it will definitely change in the future once we launch our automated market maker to effectively price these tokens. Right now, it's a little bit low, but you still can earn rewards on your liquidity. And as you know, or some of you might know, we offer currently up to 50% APR on your liquidity in Jinchiro. So every single account who participated in Crowdloans on Equilibrium on Polkadot, they received these tokens in Jinchiro, which is our canary network in Kusama. And pretty much they can earn extra rewards there, which is awesome, at least in my opinion. And one remark here, though, in order to use those tokens, you have to have some GENS tokens to operate within the Jinchiro blockchain. You can obtain those on the exchanges provided, and I will be talking about that a little bit later, or Alex will cover that. Well, pretty much the top most one is KuCoin. So if you don't have Jinchiro tokens on your account, I advise you to go get some, bridge them in. The operation is really cheap. You can bridge them in from Binance Smart Chain and start using our liquidity farming, which offers 50% APR currently. So yeah, go ahead and check your allocations. Alex, could you please change the slide so we can move forward? Gentile distribution, and we have talked about that on our call last week. And pretty much we have set the launch date to be 20th of January. I know for some people it's a bit frustrating since we've won a slot in November and we kept postponing it, but there's some reasons not dependent on us, unfortunately, but to keep everyone happy, what we will do basically is we will distribute these tokens as initially planned. So everyone who contributed to Genshiro and helped us win, they will get 10% of their tokens immediately. They will get 90% vested, and the 50% due, the allocation basically which would vest if we started right away when we won a slot. We will make sure that you earn additional liquidity on that amount of your Genshiros, and you will get even more Genshiros ultimately at the end, and that 15% you will get as a lump sum at the end. So that's it for Genshiro distribution. And one other important thing I wanted to notice here is that around the same time, probably we will launch the no, not around the same time, because we will launch the log drop as soon as we win our slot with Equilibrium. So the sooner it is, the better for everyone. So go ahead and vote for us in Equilibrium in Polkadot Parachain auctions. Alex, let's go to the next one. Yeah, so now I want to cover dev updates since it's like our tradition. Every month we do stuff. We are constantly busy, and there's lots of stuff going on. So and we feel that our community needs to know about it. So pretty much important things. As I already mentioned, we launched XDOT in Genshiro, and that helped to boost our TVL there a little bit, and currently it stands around 4.5 million, and we're expecting it to grow even more because currently we have a super nice liquidity farming rewards which amount up to 50%, and we've also developed a new farming program which incentivizes users to actively engage in the system, not only to bring liquidity and put it in and hold it there earning rewards, but actually to borrow stuff, to insure stuff, to keep Genshiros inside the system. And it's structured that way that we've run some tests. With current levels of TVL, people can expect amounts way north of 100% APR. And that new mechanics will be launched early next year. We've also been working a lot on the XDOT pricing AMM, and that is one of the other novelties we will be offering to the entire Kusama and Polkadot ecosystem. And pretty much if all the other projects who have analogs of these XDOTs, like Kala, Parallel, Bifrost, they all have this basic Uniswap pools, where you will be trading X dots against dots based on the constant product formula. In our case, it's a little bit different. We treat X dots as a yield-bearing instrument because pretty much it's the claim on your dots which will be unlocked for 2 years. So it makes sense that X dots and their price right now, it should be cheaper or less than 1 dot. And as we approach to maturity, it should gradually rise to become equal to 1 dot. So when the slot lease period is over, every user will be able to exchange their X dot for 1 dot. But right now, since there is time to maturity, X dots will be traded at discount to dots, and the discount interest rate we're considering is a staking interest rate of dots within the Polkadot governance system. So easy calculations can lead you to the fact that the current price of X dots should be around 0.75 dots or something like that. And yeah, about the tech stuff, pretty much the whole AMM part is coded, and like literally today we have been looking through the results of the tests, the logs, and I was really excited to see that everything works as intended, and which is pretty awesome. So I look forward to launching our AMM early next year as well. Another big part we've been working on is our interfaces. Since you already know, we had a closed beta with Genshiro, and we had like 2,000 something participants there, and we've received like an enormous amount of feedback from users, and they didn't understand some parts of our interfaces. They made a lot of suggestions how to improve them. So we made this huge amount of work to collect and process all those requests, and we have came up with brand new interfaces, brand new onboarding, and direction of users to different products in our system we currently have. And as Alex already mentioned, those products include the money market, where you can borrow stuff, you can lend stuff, the insurance pool, where you can put liquidity and earn interest rate from borrowers. We also have a Curve AMM, which works with stable coins, and we have liquidity there in Genshiro already. We are also going to release this new AMM pool, and our DEX is already deployed. We just don't have interfaces for it yet. So that's another cool product we currently offer to our users. So I encourage everyone here, just go to Genshiro, look for yourself, play around, and all of your feedback is welcome. We're doing it for you guys. Another stuff, we've been working on bridges a lot, and we have used like a third-party relays and bridge setup from Centrifuge, from ChainSafe. Yeah, my bad. Centrifuge uses same bridges, and we migrated to new relay logic, and this relay logic is based on JavaScript and not Golang, and Golang is poorly compatible with Substrate, and even less poorly compatible with parachains. So we decided to migrate to JavaScript, and we've been actually migrated, tested everything on DevNet, on LocalNet, and pretty much everything works as intended. So probably early next year as well, we'll be migrating in production to these new bridges as well. We're also working with bridges. We want to interconnect Polkadot and Kusama ecosystems, because for example, we launched XDOT in Genshiro right now, but we want users to have a choice. They can keep part of their liquidity in Genshiro, they can keep another part of their liquidity in Equilibrium, and they always have an option to interchange that liquidity between like the two blockchains we are running in either ecosystem. The backend, yes, lots of work on backend has also been done. As you know, we need backend to display everything pretty and correctly on the front end side, and to calculate some numbers from you, so we don't utilize chain and our nodes too excessively. That's why we have migrated to a new database. We made collecting that data from blockchain and storing it more robust. It's faster, better, and currently we can expect less downtime and faster front-end responses, which is really super important for better UI UX for every one of our users. The ledger part, as you know, and we've talked about it last month, Genshiro got approved. It's still in the development mode. We're waiting for them for the final approval to appear like a full-fledged application in the Ledger Live store. I don't know why it's taking them so long. We're pretty much in contact with the Ledger team every day and just asking them when. But unfortunately, I guess holiday season already started for them. So if not this year, they will definitely approve it early next year, and we will experience. Our users will have an experience to play with Genshiro with their Ledger devices. And we have also applied for Equilibrium approval, but unfortunately, they don't do stuff in parallel. So once Genshiro is done and we take that away from the table, they will proceed with Equilibrium. that's it pretty much for the past months. I hope I didn't forget anything. Well, as usual, we've been pretty busy. So let's now move on to the next slide, where I'll be giving you the recap for the year, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so looking back, it's been a very interesting year from the dev perspective. And one of the biggest achievements we had is that we launched our blockchain on the Kusama side, and it works, and a lot of people already use it. And I encourage all the people who are here to go and use it as well. See for yourself. It's not your average Ethereum project copy. It's something genuinely new, and we are really proud that it's working. Along with our protocol, our native crypto-backed stablecoin is live, and that stablecoin will be used as a prime means of exchange on our decentralized exchange. And we are hoping to launch this stablecoin inside Kusama ecosystem, then inside Polkadot ecosystem, and then to bridge it to all the chains we currently support. So it's going to be like USDT, but decentralized version of USDT on multiple blockchains. We have also done a lot of work on our liquidity farming program, and I already talked about that, and we'll be launching that next year. We developed two grants, actually two grants from Web3 Foundation, and one of them was the grant related to runtime version of Curve protocol, and we partnered up with Curve to make it actually the way it is. So it's not like stripped down basic 2 token version. It supports token with arbitrary amount of it supports pools with arbitrary amount of tokens, and pretty much works as initially was intended by the Curve team. So we won grant for that. We won another grant for our Oracle, which is still one of the best in the entire ecosystem. It's open source. So all the devs, all the projects, I encourage you to go and use it because it's simple. It's very highly customizable. It supports lots of different price sources, and it can benefit any project pretty much that requires some outside price information. And not only it can read prices, it can also connect to smart contracts on other different blockchains and read stuff from there, which is one of the coolest features it has. Yeah, so that was like our second grant we won. We also launched XDOT, and we have covered that extensively. We have built the AMM, and I've talked about it 2 slides back. And this AMM is based on a yield swap invariant, which is like a new type of automated market maker invariant, which allows you to price yield-bearing instruments, which opens up a lot of other possibilities for us. We can build like fixed rate products for our users to use. For example, you can lend out your liquidity for a fixed rate of interest, but that's like a whole different story. And it's also what's waiting our user base and our users next year. One of the coolest features, we're actually like one of the fewest projects who actually, well, I haven't really seen any other projects bridge in liquidity from Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Hiko, and we have bridges which are live there, and you can see that firsthand in Genshiro pretty much, because in Genshiro we already have assets bridged from Ethereum, we already have assets bridged from Binance Smart Chain. We've also partnered with Hiko, and we use their DOT wrapper, which is like an ERC20 token on DOT inside Genshiro as well. So lots of liquidity there, lots of different assets, lots of possibilities for you to go and play around. One of the, well, at least in my opinion, ultimate things we are approaching to is the decentralized exchange and spot market trading with margining. And the way our margin engine works is it combines our money market engine with our decentralized exchange, and users can trade any assets there with a leverage up to 20x currently. As I already told you, the DEX has been released into production. We just haven't had a chance to provide a cool front end for it. And currently we are working on it. And well, too bad we didn't deliver on our promise to launch it this year. We still have a chance, though. The year hasn't ended, but the probability is very low. But please stay patient, and we expect to launch it early next year. And pretty much it's going to be the first full-fledged and functional, which is very important, DEX within both Polkadot and Kusama ecosystems. So for those of you who don't know, the difference between DEX and AMM is that AMM is some pool which derives prices according to some formula, while the DEX is more of like traditional exchange where users have like a market depth and they can place limit orders or passive liquidity there. And on the other side, there are users who are active traders who place market orders, and pretty much that liquidity changes going back and forth and price fluctuates. So yeah, fully fledged exchange pretty much, but built on Substrate and is fully decentralized. And as I already mentioned, yeah, we have, well, actually we have reworked our UI numerous times throughout the year, but we have finally had a chance to get an extensive feedback from our users. And hopefully this time we did something really impressive, and you guys will see it also in January of the next year. Hopefully I didn't forget here anything, because the year has been long. It has been tedious. We've constantly been doing something. We're still constantly doing something, and trying to develop the best products out there, to be innovative, to be unique, not just copy some stuff from Ethereum. There is Moonbeam and Moonriver for that. You can deploy any smart contract from Ethereum there, and it will work out of the box. So we're bringing actual value to Kusama and Polkadot ecosystems. That's it on my part, I guess. Yes, if you have any questions, I will gladly answer them after we finish. So I'm giving it back to Alex now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for this comprehensive overview of our product developments roadmap. Makes a lot of sense. Guys, if you want to ask any questions related to our developments, feel free to do that. From my end, I would add to that that's the development experience. Substrate framework is really outstanding. It offers quite a lot of flexibility. We're implementing quite a bunch of features thanks to its special advantages, like, for example, I don't know, game workers, so on and so forth. So yeah, we're very bullish on further Polkadot launch and how ecosystem evolves and so on and so forth. So with regards to the ecosystem developments in 2021, we have quite a bunch of very impactful events I wanted to cover, both on the Equilibrium side and the Jira side as well. So let me walk you through the achievements in terms of Jira first, and then we'll walk through Equilibrium's roadmap and ecosystem development events. So on the Jira side, first of all, maybe the most important thing is that we have eventually secured the partition cloud and Kusama. So currently we have launched the parachain there. It's up and running and actually functioning with quite a bunch of functionality up. We also have been very much involved in the Kusama system and community, and we definitely think that we can do even more than we've done this year. Looking forward and about next year, 2022. But last year, for example, we have successfully hosted the Kusama demo events. We think that it's very important to educate the community about projects that are being built on top of Kusama and very development there and so on. So Jira token has been listed on several prominent exchanges, including Coin, Bitco, the Korean exchange, and BKN. We're very excited to have with us over 2,500 beta testers during closed testing of Genshin. As we mentioned, we have got quite a lot of very helpful feedback from them. Based on this feedback, we have done a bunch of events in user interfaces, and there's still something, some left over in our backlog. So guys, if you want to provide us with your feedback on our products that be running on Jira specifically, please feel free to do that, because we are very closely following your suggestions and actually taking them into the development and roll out this. So those who are following us very closely, they know that the fact that we're kind of doing some developments, quite a bunch of developments on real user feedback and interaction. So please feel free to drop us a line if you feel that you have something to say. It's also TVL. TVL of Genshin is currently over $4 million. So this is purely organic sale, by the way, brought from the side of our users. Definitely will go exponentially once we will be rolling out more XDOTs onto the platform. We currently are working on integration with more networks, more systems. Recently, we have been interconnected with Hiko. There is very interesting XDOT assets, so keep in mind that, because we think that there will be quite a lot of XDOT liquidity on our platform very soon, and it actually has very practical applications. So basically, you can borrow XDOT from Genshin, for example, and then basically swap into dots and participate in Crowdloans without having exposure to actual dots. It's a kind of very, very, very interesting use case from our perspective. So on the Genshin side, the year of 2021 was full of events. Again, we were very, 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 very much in the Crowdloan campaigns. As you know, we've been competing in the first, second, third batch, eventually getting the slots. So it was quite a long run. But eventually we made it, and thank you very much for your kind support to those who are watching us right now and who supported us during this Crowdloan campaign. But yeah, this year is full events for Genshin, and we're looking forward quite a bit about the events for Genshin the next year. In terms of Equilibrium, the year was all quite packed. We have got the grant from Web Foundation to develop the Curve version, the runtime of Curve for Substrate. It was successfully completed, and as Peter mentioned, we already launched it into production. We also have undergone the review by PRA. It was very helpful because we have got quite substantial feedback, and from now on we are very confident about the codes that have rolled out to production. So we also have successfully conducted the first phase of Parachain release of back in April this year. It was the first dots we have collected for our current Crowdloan campaign, by the way. So we have got 250,000 dots, and that was very helpful. We're super thankful to all the community that supported us during the first phase. But just to remind you, you guys have special bonus accrued Crowdloan right now. The thing that the bonuses they're not sort of compounding, and the current early bird bonus it will be the only bonus that we'll get, because it's the biggest bonus you can even get at the Crowdloan campaign overall. But once it will be not placed, you can expect some substantial bonus on your contribution if you participate in the phase. Please go to our Medium and find the article which is covering the Crowdloan campaign in great detail. You find all the bonus applies on your contributions to the Crowdloan campaign overall. So we have seen quite a lot of interest around Crowdloan campaign Polkadot. We had actually the wait list, which open for some bit of time in the past. We have got over 15,000 subscriptions, which indicates quite substantial interest from the side of the community by far. Like I already talked a little bit about events that we have hosted. So back in the days, last spring, we have hosted the Polkadot Defiance event, which was focused on DeFi and Polkadot. So this event will be periodically hosted by us. So actually the next one will be next year. Actually, we have got over 2,000 attendees there. Quite a bunch of folks from the Polkadot ecosystem joined the events, being out there stage covering the whole bunch of aspects of DeFi and Polkadot. That was very, very successful event. I'm looking forward to hosting the same one like in the future. Currently, we have over 500,000 dots locked by XDOT, and so let me remind you that all XDOT liquidity eventually will influx the liquidity pool of our product line, which is really exciting. And currently, we have our Crowdloans Polkadot live, and welcome to join it if you have not done that yet. Again, we currently have a very substantial and interesting bonus of 30% on all the contributions done before December 25th. Welcome to join and grab your bonus right away. So that's it with the kind of key milestones in terms of ecosystem development. So here, the retrospective of our partnerships we have conducted this year. You have seen, you may see here quite well-known names, like even blue chip projects, and this is really exciting. It means that the ecosystem of Equilibrium is also growing. It has been growing during the whole year, and the recognition of Equilibrium is currently quite high in the ecosystem. Like, I mean, everyone knows. Like just maybe in the broad strokes that we exist and what we are building. So, for example, like I'll walk you through several the most important partnerships. As you know, guys, we have a collaboration with the Curve team. So I mentioned the grants from Web3 Foundation, and actually Curve. The Curve team was very helpful when we were developing the implementation of this straight version of the game app. Currently, it's running on the brand of Epsilon. And if you guys are interested in swapping stablecoins in the cross-chain manner, please go there and you'll find all this functionality and be able to swap your liquidity pools. Actually, another partnership we're super excited about is the partnership with Moonbeam. So the main aspect of that is the integration of EQD and actually passing EQD into the ecosystem of their projects and developing contracts on their platform. So we think that EQD is a native stablecoin for the Equilibrium product line, and actually native stablecoin native for the overall Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. I think this integration will be very, very, very impactful, and will have certain application within Moonbeam itself. So we have also partnered with quite a lot of Oracle providers, and actually this means that the Oracleized data in our protocol is very robust. Actually, we currently rely on price feeds from Band Protocol, BlueZell. We are also working on integration with Chainlink and Kylin. So this is very important to have these guys aboard. And in terms of XDOT, we obviously also have concluded on partnerships with several impactful and important projects like Star, our kind partners, Manta Network. Hi, Kenny, you're watching us. Affinity is just recently, we came up with partnerships with them. We're supporting them through XDOT, and they're giving extra bonuses on contributions for XDOT right now. So if you want to participate in the Infinity's crowdloan campaign, please do that as well, and do that through XDOT, because you will be eligible for getting extra rewards on your contributions to there. Please find announcements in our social media networks, and we have extensively covered this partnership as well. So the fundraising, the year of 2021 was quite rich for the event as well. So on the Equilibrium side, we have raised a private round, which have seen the participation of quite known and sort of influential funds of the ecosystem, including CMS Holdings, Tier 1, also Signum Capital, and many others. Actually, in April, then we have conducted the first phase of our Operation Release offering. We have raised $250,000 for that in the matter of DOT EQ token up, with the right to the on the reverse swap. Then so currently we're using this 250K of dots as the first part of our bids, the current auctions, the current batch of auctions on Polkadot. And now we're running our crowdloan campaign. So far we have raised over 400,000 dots. So if you have not participated, please do that. Again, just a reminder, we have still the early bird bonus active, 30%. So the junior side, we also have conducted a few fundraising events. We have conducted IDO on the Dodo exchange back in June, and we have raised over $300,000 for that. And back in November, we won slots on Kusama. We have raised 47,000 TSM. Yeah, so that's with the fundraising stage. And guys, since it's been a long presentation, we have actually quite a bunch of things to cover, and you can imagine that the year of 2021 was quite rich for the different events in all our projects, in Equilibrium, Share, Epsilon, and so on and so forth. So the first thing I wanted to mention in this presentation is the first draw of our Boost lottery. And actually right now, we want to announce the first 8 winners in terms of this lottery. So on the next slide, you will see your addresses, which won prizes in terms of this lottery. So here are they. And yeah, so we have picked randomly 4 winners out of top 100 contributors in our crowdloan campaign who will receive 15,000 EQ tokens each. And from the rest of the list, we have picked 4 other winners who will get 5,000 EQ tokens on their addresses. So if you find your address here in this list, warm congratulations. And yes, here lucky winners will also post the list of these addresses onto our social media channels. So keep an eye on our announcements. Yeah, if you have not won yet, let me remind you that the lottery will be active until December 31st, and you still have a chance. We will pick more winners. There will be 12 more winners who will be eligible to get these prizes, rewards, and EQ tokens. So congratulations to you guys, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Awesome. So I think we have still a few minutes to pick some interesting questions from the questionnaire section. Let me hold that, just hold on a sec. Okay.
The B.dot one is cool, and if Binance decides to, talk to us and incorporate it, we're definitely happy to add these assets. The more assets there are, the better is for everyone.
Yeah, the more that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I like the team, and this is the reason I've already invested in you. So I have 2 reasons to wish you all the best and success. I don't know if it's possible, it makes sense. Would be a nice idea seeking leads out. Yeah. So this is the question. Yeah. Cool. Which do you think is more important, community, investors, token price of all the above, important to you? Which would come first? Okay, very generic question, right? But we think that community matters by far. So without the community, we could not either get a slot on Kusama, we would not succeed with the current loan campaign by far. So we definitely rely on your support, guys, and thank you very much for following us.
Yeah, we've won thanks to community by far, because if you look at Kusama, we didn't have that many whales, and community was very supportive, and basically you guys helped us win the slot.
True. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah. And yeah. By the way, just a reminder, on January 20, we'll actually distribute your Crowdloan rewards. So the date is set, and we're pushing that. So just a matter of time. Okay, hi team. In which line of Polkadot auctions for the slots do you hope to win? Great question. So we definitely have something on our sleeves, and we'll keep you guys informed by far. So we definitely are aiming to secure the slots in this batch. Hey there, I'm planning to use special NFT in the Equilibrium project as in Jinchira projects. Anyway, I want to wish the success of further developments of Equilibrium to you. You make a great product. Yeah, thanks very much. For now, we're considering, so potentially we might issue some NFTs as rewards. Please share your thoughts on buying XDOT with DOT. When rates are bad for XDOT and holding till the end of the leasing period is a long time and things can happen. Yeah, that's true. Peter, do you want to address that? I think you have opinion.
Which one was that?
Please share your thoughts on buying XDOT when the rates are bad for XDOT and holding till the end of the leasing period.
Well, it's a market just like any other market. So as I told you earlier, if current, like I would say, no arbitrage price for XDOT, let's say, is 0.75 dots, and for some reason in AMM you see that XDOTs now cost half a dot, well, pretty much I would be the first one who would go and buy them there, because that would secure me like APR, which is much higher than what dot staking currently offers. So I would buy as much as possible, because I would definitely know that at the end of 2 years I will get for every half a dot I paid now, I would get like a full dot in 2 years, and that makes APR around 25% or even more, like close to 30 something.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're not giving
which is twice as much.
Yeah, but we're
definitely
not. We're not giving investment advisors by far.
So to give you an idea, pretty much, and vice versa, if it's too expensive right now, of course, it can never happen that the price of XDOT is more than the price of DOT, and actually we Alchemist ensures that within our code, but if it's, let's say, more than 0.75 at the moment, and if I'm holding XDOTs, I would gladly sell them right now to lock in some profits.
Right.
Yeah.
So the name of the guy is Shorty. He is asking, if we participate in Crowdloan using XDOTs, will we still receive the early bird bonuses, etc., there by the parachutes directly? So, like, we will be distributing the rewards that we get from the projects proportionally to stakes into XDOTs. So it might be even more, right? So because XDOTs might be considered as a large scale participants in their crowdloan campaign, right? And potentially the whole community can share the advantage of that and enjoy bonuses of on larger scale participation. And on top of that, some of the projects are offering special bonuses specifically for XDOT users. Like for example, Affinity is currently offering additional 5% on top of your contributions. So please, if you are staking for Affinity, for example, consider XDOT opportunity to stake for XDOT. We at Equilibrium also receive contributions for XDOT, and currently we're offering the early bird bonus of 30%, which you will definitely get by taking for us through the XDOT platform. So just maybe the last question for today. Can I calculate XDOT APY on Jinchir? Question. So currently, XDOT will be available for staking to crowdloan, like to liquidity pools at specific conversion ratio to dots. At this point, it will be fixed at 0.3 dots per 1 XDOT. But once we launch the ultimate market maker functionality, it will be, will be different, and like actually it might be higher. But in terms of XDOT API, you basically will invite the opportunity to farm liquidity on that in terms of our liquidity farming program. So like to give you an idea of what it could be, like actually like liquidity farming from currently you're basically earning 50% in terms of our Farm Fest, which is extended until the New Year's, right? And here, by the way, the reminder for you guys, if you are still considering putting liquidity onto Jinchir, you can do that because we are offering high rewards in terms of liquidity program right now. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. Peter, do you think we need to pick some other questions, or will we just wrapping up?
I think we're good. All the interesting ones were answered. Any other ones we didn't answer? Yeah, please come to our social media channels. You can always contact me directly. I'm super responsive, even though super busy. And yeah, I'm always happy to explain stuff.
Yeah, and since we're going into the holidays festive season, let me, from the name of the Equilibrium team, congratulate on the coming holidays. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes, I would like to congratulate everyone as well. Have a nice holiday season, and see you next year.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. It's been a great year of 2021. And see you next year, 2022, and I think it will be even more exciting than this one. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Yep, bye-bye.